and today is June 6th, 2026. My name is Virginia Marie Flores Beltran, and I will be establishing the Parliament Agreement for California. And I'm a granddaughter of a landowner. In case anybody didn't know about the land and the ranch, the sovereign part hasn't been really established yet. So that way we're gonna be discussing that, and it's right here in Earlymore and Rich Grove area on the 99. I don't know who else has established land, but here in California, this is not Europe. It's not that. The only EU that we're for is Eucharist and Estados Unidos, and that is only a E period U period to be a correct way to abbreviate. We don't want to have any more errors going forward. Today is a day that oops, sorry. Text. How does Google? We're now going to establish the boundaries. The boundaries. So today we're going to be talking about the boundaries and the supreme government that we're doing now. Supreme Church will be taking part in this. We're the electric establishment, second Congress, second Senate. Everybody is going to be part in this. Second is the Congress will be the people, all the people like the parents and everything. The bottom ones will be the children. Second Senate, so they'll be learning from what we're doing right now as we're going to establish now. To be talking about conflict, it's not in the discussion. Our boundaries are the 10 commandments, 10 Catholic commandments, and we expect those to be followed as first laws and first rules that were voted into law for life. They need to be respected and know the boundaries. That's it. So that's the Catholic 10 commandments. Those are pretty much the same that the government follows, but they're not, they don't say it. They just change it up. But any government that goes against the 10 commandments is against God. So that's why we're coming together today with the Supreme Church, and we're going to call it right now for the Parliament Agreement. In this book, BookOfBooks.agency created a BookOfBooks.agency where the Bible came out, and it wasn't something that we made up, or it was just something that appeared at random. The Parliament Agreement ended up falling into the category with Israel's 75 years agreement that they had, based on the land that they were supposed to talk about. So as we're establishing now, we're going to call it for Israel area. We're going to talk about California area, Israel areas, Yemen, Syria, Africa, and they will hold those areas real tight. Here in California, it's mostly Mexican and Filipino here. We can give like the Filipino Canada area. We're gonna have to have this thing where we're all together here in the middle, and we're like establishing now, because it's enough with the fighting. There's no more fighting, and there can be no more like messing on anybody's land. We have to like have the necessary actions be taken for anybody that is going against the 10 Catholic commandments. It doesn't matter what religion you are. It's the rules of the Supreme Church, and this church will govern all churches. The 10% is expected that every church to be paying to this, because it's the people's church, and we're going to be the mass. Now, it's going to be the biggest church in the world, and it's part of the Parliament Agreement, part of the Bible, part of the Book of Books. And as we're going forward, we're not going to be standing for anybody to be having any fits. We want to keep things professional, and we do want to make sure that the consequences are taken for anybody that does start stuff in any country or any dirts. It's not going to be tolerated on the grounds here, and it's not going to be tolerated over there. So what happened with Osama bin Laden, that was uncalled for and something that should not take place. You guys should not be going on other people's dirt. Same like you guys should not be going to Mexico's dirt and doing that either. I have a problem with that. When you guys stepped into Reynosa And that would be like a third one that I had heard about. And so rather than keeping the conflict going, we're going to put a resolution on it and try to settle this once and for all. Right now, we're at a time where we're going to be able to discuss this rather than fight, because fighting's not going to be we don't really want to fight. It's something that's very inappropriate, childish, and we don't want the kids to see that. We want the youth to see a professional discussion and how we talk things out if these things should happen, and we weren't here to be here to do that, to show them. We're not gonna register in their mind the conflict. They've already been through enough, and it's like they're already built for it. Pretty much the youth are a bit smarter than the older ones right now. I put the youth in front of me if I could to run the government, and I bet you they would run it more better and more appropriate and proper than it's going right now. The Parliament agreement is going to be the new establishment for the new Supreme. So the book yesterday was established. Everything was already put into the computers with the jurisdictions, everything into the velo. And if we start off with a zero, that we're not getting paid for this, it's because we want the funds to go to wherever they're going to go to. And then, like I said, politicians, we're going to be last on the money. So it's not even worth it to govern. We have the right to govern ourselves right now. The thing is that, like, the things in the past, they're done. And anybody going against the 10 Catholic commandments, that's the boundary. It's going to be like, that's going to be a very, worst, that's going to be more serious thing that you guys are going against when you're going against God, especially in a nation that's under him. So we chose this as the Supreme for the reasons that the way it was running before, it was like you can't kill. And we're like, we're not going to allow that. And we're not going to stand for that. We know the rules too, but we don't want to be inappropriate with them. We expect that it could be accepted, and that that's it. Like, just figure that it was a job well done in the past, and now it's time to do things right. Thank you guys for everything that we've gone through, and it's like nobody is recommending anybody to die here. So we're also recommending the necessary actions to be taken on anybody that does do that. The main boundaries, though, 10 Commandments. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you are. The 13 colonies are the ones that formed America, and those would be like in the west of the map. Today, the annex resides here with this book and the Parliament Agreement. The annex is here in California now. Nobody named it Bible, and that's how it is. And so it's like a gift that God gave us. So all of us get to take part in this. It's also part of the new revolution that we're going to be doing, because as Revelations is coming in right now, we're going to be concluding that with the revolution. And that'll be for the Virginia 1661 part.com as well, for this part that took place in 2021 till 2023. We need to establish that now, and all of the things that I do today are specifically for God, and it's I'm not here to make millions and billions. I'm here to talk about like firmness and establish now. The money's last. It's not something that we're going to put in front. We want to make sure that things are like everybody's taken care of, everybody has a house, everybody's like with a good health. And forgive me for thinking that, even for my enemies, because I normally wouldn't think that way. I don't really care for people like that, but I'm actually doing that. So it's taking a lot for me too. You guys need to understand that nobody's higher than anybody here. And once you learn how to live on the lowest, you're going to learn that you're going to love life even more sometimes too. It's not that bad down here. And I wouldn't like to see this continue though. And it's not something that I want to see a nation come into being real proud to be if they're only seeing one part and not another. So we'll keep the Latino Hispanic part. On this part, we're going to move it up a little bit more to the Supreme in the Eucharist Church for the Supreme, because it's an error, and we'll be the automatic ones to be speaking on this. The ones here, the ones that were in error, and we're gonna correct that, because we're not gonna have any misunderstandings here that's saying that we're native, or like I don't even know how it is, but we do not want any misunderstandings. Um, that's like lying. And I know God came back on April Fool's Day, but he wasn't here to play no jokes, unless that's what we're still doing. And you guys are thinking that it's a joke. It's not a joke. This is a real thing. Today is like D-Day here, so we're gonna put a revolution on it now. Time to establish, because we're not gonna continue that past again. Today's a real new day that everybody's to live, and it's expected, and everybody's respected here. Nobody's going to be talking about anybody, and I can't have that. Pete Hegseth, I don't even know if he took care of that with Trump earlier, but none of that is acceptable. Anything that anybody has that's on camera, you got the evidence, take it in. Um, just that we want a honest government, and so that's the reason why we're going towards God. And if you guys want us to introduce, we will, but as respect to you, we're keeping them like we're keeping them quiet, like we're keeping them safe, and Jesus too. So that's probably something that's going to be for the next best thing part. And right now we're establishing, making sure that everything's good before they walk in. And that'll be all for today. Bible Truth Books is a real thing, and it's God sent.